Hello everyone, I am Punya Agarwal, ACCA affiliate and one of the admins of Being ACCA, and in today's video I'll be answering few questions which are related to students who have doubts as to how to go for two papers at once and should they go for two papers at once or no. So let's begin. First question that we have is, should we go with two papers at once if we are working? So honestly, in my opinion, no, you shouldn't go with two papers at once if you are working, because already you have so much on your plate and taking up two papers at once will just add on to it, and you won't be able to manage them together, because even I am working and our timings are from at least 9 hours, and then some of the people do have to travel, even I travel, so I know the struggle. So even for some people, managing one paper with work is little difficult, but managing two papers will become too hectic for you, and then ultimately you might think of dropping one of them later on, or maybe you give the papers and unfortunately fail in any one of them. So it is better that if you're working, go paper by paper, take up one paper at once and then go ahead with the next paper in the next quarter. I think that's the best thing you can do if you are working. But for the people who have maybe work from home throughout the week, and they do not actually have to go to physical offices, offline offices, then they might think of doing it, because then you don't have any commute time. You can save time there, and then you can study, of course, at that time. So if you have like a full-fledged remote based work, then of course you can go for two papers at once. So the next question we have is, which one paper to prioritize? Honestly, when you're doing two papers at once, you shouldn't prioritize anyone. Like, you have to prioritize both of them. There's nothing called as prioritizing one paper. So you have to give your equal attention to both of these papers, whichever you have taken, because both of the papers would be very, very important to you. They would require equal amount of practice. So yeah, that is that. When should we go for two papers at once? So the people who are doing full-time ACCA, like they are doing nothing else apart from ACCA, they can actually go with two papers at once, because again you have like full-fledged 3 months to prepare for your two papers, which is very much possible, provided that you're consistent with the practice and understanding of the concepts. Even if like I have seen so many students who are doing their bachelor's and then they are doing two papers at once, I think that is also possible, because honestly there's nothing so extraordinary about like the BCom part of it, because we usually tend to derive the time from there. Like, if we do not have lectures on some day, then we can prioritize ACCA on those days. So that will be an easy option if you want to go with two papers. So people who are doing full-time ACCA student can definitely do two papers at once, or people who are maybe doing bachelor's can go ahead with doing two papers at once. So the next question is best combination. Okay, so in my opinion, in skill level, your FR and AA is the best combination that you can go for at once, because all of the concepts again of FR will be applied in AA. And the next paper, I think you can go ahead with PM FM also, because there are few overlapping topics there. Tax should always be taken alone, as we said earlier as well. And then in professional level, you can take SBR and AAA together. Again, same logic is there as FR and AA. And then maybe you can, like I gave SBL and AAA reset together, and I think that is also an underrated combination. So you can go ahead with that as well. So next question is, can I give one reset and one first that I am attempting for the first time? I think yes, even I did the same. I resat for AAA, and SBL was the new paper that I was going for. So I think yes, because obviously you know the topics of the reset paper that you are giving, right? So the only thing that I would suggest you is, firstly, place equal importance for both the papers, give equal time for both the papers. Whenever you are, for example, if you are in the understanding stage of the new paper that you are giving, then you can practice the questions for the reset paper. I think that will be a good option for you, and that ways you will be able to practice and learn both the papers simultaneously. So the next question is, can I take 3 papers at once? I think this is too much. But I have seen like very few people do this, but they do take up 3 papers at once also. But that will be only the case when you are, you know, starting very early. Like for example, today I'm starting for 3 papers for the December attempt. Then we have approximately more than 3 months, right? And I am a full-time ACCA student. Then I can maybe go ahead with taking 3 papers at once. But it can be a little challenging towards the end, because you have 3 papers, you have to practice all of the 3 papers at once, you have to do mocks of those papers, you have to do past papers, and then maybe you have back-to-back exams in the exam week, right? So just plan your exams accordingly if you are, you know, giving your 3 papers at once. Okay, then the last question is how to manage time. Okay, so for managing time, I would just say, if you're doing 2 papers at once, start early with your preparations, because many of the students, like some of the students start after they get the result for the previous attempt, or they start, you know, 4 to 5 weeks after they have given their previous attempt. So if you are planning to give 2 papers at once, so you should always start early. For example, if you are giving December attempt and you're taking up 2 papers, then just after you are completed with your September attempt, you can just the next week of it, you can start with the preparation, so that you have ample amount of time to prepare for both of them. Secondly, do not concentrate on the paper that you like more, because there tend to be a situation where we like one paper more and the other one less, and in that case we usually place our more you know, focus on that paper, which is not recommendable at all. In my opinion, every day you should touch both of these papers. For example, in the morning, if you are watching lecture videos of one paper, then in the evening you can maybe practice some of the questions from the second paper. So that ways I think that you will be able to manage your time better, and do them every day. Do not allocate it, you know, month wise. I've seen so many students actually allocating it month wise, but if it works for you, that is also fine. But in my opinion, you shouldn't do that because then you will lose grip of the paper that you have already done previous month. So take them up simultaneously, and then you'll be able to you know, manage them both together well. So this was my piece of advice to the students who are giving 2 papers at once. And if you have any more questions regarding this topic, feel free to comment down below, or you can also message us on our Instagram page, which is @beingacca. Thank you so much.